All right, guys, welcome back. This is Kenny here again, and in this video, we're going to be going over the telephone. This is, again, just the quick start, so don't get all freaked out. This is just you guys are going to get tons of phone training, a lot of phone training, and in my opinion, the best phone training available anywhere. That's pretty much all I do. So I built 4 companies now, 100% on the telephone, and it's the easiest way to make money ever. And in my opinion, it's the best way to do it because you have more of an advantage when you can use the tone of your voice to sell stuff. And you can scale it, unlike knocking on doors, right? So face-to-face is the easiest way to close a deal because you have 2 things. You have, number 1, you have body language. Number 2, you have the tone of your voice. On the telephone, you have the tone of your voice. You don't have body language, but you have the tone of your voice. Written, whether it's online, offline, whatever, you have none of that. You just have words, okay? So as you get closer to the customer, your closing ratio goes up. You might want to write that down. As you get closer to the customer, your closing ratio goes up. So written copy is very far from the customer. Videos online, very far from the customer. Sales pages and ads and all that stuff, very far from the customer. The telephone is closer, but not as close as in person. But the key to the telephone is this. You can scale it relatively easily, meaning that if I have a pitch that works and I can teach it to other people, I can hire people to do that, right? If I want to do it myself on an auto dialer, I can easily make 700-800 calls every single day and make a ton of money doing it. When I'm knocking on doors, I can't do that, right? How many knocks can I actually make per day? 10, 15, 20 people, right? So on the telephone, the scaling is there. So it's kind of like a happy medium between massive scale online and very, very low closing ratio, and no scale at all offline, knocking on doors, but a super high closing ratio. It's kind of like in the middle between the two, right? So that's why I love the phone. I've been using it my whole entire life, and I'll never stop using it, even though most people out there say the cold call is dead and all that stuff. It's not. They're lying to you. They just don't want to do it. They're afraid to do it, or they're trying to sell you something that's taking you away from that because they know a lot of people are afraid of it. So this is going to be 2 quick pitches. This is not going to be the whole thing. We're going to go probably 2 weeks on the phone. And I'm gonna give you guys all the opportunity to come on and pitch me, and I'm gonna pitch you, and I'm gonna answer objections from you. I'm gonna open up a microphone and say, hit me with anything, whatever objection you want to hit me with it, and I'll teach you how to overcome it. Whether it's a secretary, whether it's a decision maker, it doesn't matter what it is. The reason why I can do that is because I cold call every day. It's not something I'm teaching you from 10 years ago. It's something I'm teaching you from a couple hours ago because I do it every single day. I hear the same stuff that you guys hear if you're on the phone. So I know how to get over this stuff pretty easily. And I'm not trying to brag here. This is just, it is what it is. I've done plenty of training programs where I've opened up microphones and had people in a seminar room, and I said, hit me with anything. I can't afford it. I got to talk to my wife. My, legs falling off. Whatever it is. And I have yet to encounter one that I can't overcome. Okay, so maybe you'll be the first. I don't know. I'd love to see it, but I'm really, really good at it, and that's why we're going to be focusing a lot on it because I feel like not only am I good at it, I can teach you how to become good at it as well. And if you can become good at this, you can do whatever you want to do. Okay, and this is a very, very good way to start because it's a very easy pitch to get off. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the call, and we're going to expect that the decision maker is not on the phone. So we're just going to say, this is out of tone, by the way. I'm just reading the pitch right now. We're just going to say, hey, this is Kenny calling in reference to your Google account. Who would I speak to in regards to that? Okay, so the front desk picks up at a nail salon, or the guy that makes the pizza picks up at the pizza place. Hey, this is Kenny. I'm calling in reference to your Google account. Who should I speak in regards to that? Okay, that's it. Very simple. And they're going to get the manager on the phone, the marketing guy, the owner, whoever it is. When that person picks up the phone, hey, this is Kenny. I'm calling in reference to your Google account. Can you hear me okay? We don't say, can I, how you doing today? We don't say any of that stuff. We say, can you hear me okay? Okay. Now, after we say that, they're going to say, yeah, I can hear you. What's wrong with my Google account? What's the problem? Great. The reason for the call is we noticed that you had a 2-star review based on 20 reviews that you have right now. Now, we can fix that for you completely for free. We just needed to confirm some information before we get started. Very simple. That's it. Okay. Now, that's going to be the first spot where you're going to experience resistance. Now, they're going to say, well, I don't know what the problem is. I don't know why I got 2 stars. I tried to call Google, but they never called me back. What? Everything's cool. Are you still at ABC 123 Street? Yes, I am. Okay, great. And the business name is still John's Pizza, right? Yeah, the business name is still John's Pizza. Okay, perfect. Like I said, we're willing to fix the account for you for free and get you back to the 4 to 5 star review setting within the next 30 days. The process takes about 5 minutes to get started, and your job, literally, John, is to say yes, and we handle everything else. Are you near a computer? Yeah, I'm near a computer. Okay, great. I'm going to need to take some basic information about your business real quick. Head over to my website, whatever it is. We're going to create the website later on and then click in the quick start thing. And you'll see a button there. Click on that button and fill out the information, and I'll be here if you have any questions. Okay, now once they're finished with that, you're going to say, perfect. Now just a few more questions, and then we'll be able to get started. And then you're going to fill out the in-doc form. So it's not going to make sense to you right now because you don't know what the button is, you don't know what the page is, you don't know what the form is yet. You're going to learn that as we go through this. But just understand, this is the pitch. Okay, so if I'm going to say this pitch and I'm going to actually call a company and pitch them, I got to stand when I'm on the telephone, but I'm going to do this standing up, so my voice might change a little bit. You might not hear me as well. But, all right, so if I'm actually on the phone with somebody pitching them, this is basically how it's going to sound. The person's going to answer the phone. Hey, this is John from John's Pizza. How can I help you? Hey, John, this is Kenny. I'm calling in reference to your Google account. Can you hear me okay? Yeah, I can hear you. What's up? Great. The reason for the call, John, we noticed that you had a 2-star review based on the 20 reviews that you have right now. Now, we can fix that for you for free. We just needed to confirm some information for you first before we can get started. Now, you're still over at ABC 123 Street. Is that right? Yeah, I'm still there. Okay, and the business name, John, is still John's Pizza. Is that right? Yes, that's right. Okay, perfect. Now, like I said, we're willing to fix your entire account completely for free and get you back to the 4 to 5 star review rating within the next 30 days. Now, the process takes about 5 minutes to get started, and your job, John, literally is to say yes, and we handle everything else. Now, are you near a computer right now? Yeah, I'm by my front computer here by the thing, and I got pizzas going around. Okay, great. Just need to take some basic information about your business real quick. What I need you to do is head over to abc.com, and you'll see a button on there. Click that button and fill out the information. I'm going to hang out here with you in case you have any questions. Stop talking. Okay? And then he's done. Oh, yeah, I clicked the button and I filled it out. Everything's good. Okay, perfect. Now just a couple more questions and we'll be ready to get started. And then you fill out the in-doc form. Okay? Very simple. That's it. That's how it's done. Now, we have a little bit more in-your-face, punch him in the nose pitch down here, which is the one that I actually use, but whatever. You can use whichever one you want. I like this one because it's a little bit more aggressive, and I'm just a little bit more of an aggressive salesperson. So that one is a little bit more laid back. This one's a little bit more in your face, okay? So I'm going to do this one right off the top in tone as I would if I was calling somebody. So just try to get how I'm saying the words down and also get the words down as well. So, okay, so person answers the phone. Hey, this is John from John's Pizza. How can I help you? Hey, John, this is Kenny calling from ABC Marketing out in New York. Can you hear me okay? Yes, I can hear you. What's up? Great. The reason for the call is we noticed that you have a 1.5 star review on Google. Now, if I was willing to turn that into a 4 to 5 star review over the next 30 days, and I was willing to do that, John, completely for free, would you at least listen to what I have to say? Well, of course. Yeah. Well, I mean, why not? Right? Now, another way that you could put that line too, you can change it to this, and this is actually even better. I say it this way, by the way. So if you want to say it that way, you can. But, and I was willing to do it for free. You'd at least be willing to listen, right? Okay, so you can do it either way, and I'm going to leave that one in there because that one is actually a little bit better. I just like saying it the other way better. So basically the way that would work is if I was willing to turn that into a 4 to 5 star review over the next 30 days, and I was willing to do it for free, you'd at least be willing to listen to me, right? Now listen to how I'm saying that because that's important, right? If I was willing to turn that into a 4 to 5 star review over the next 30 days and I was willing to do it completely for free, you'd at least be willing to listen to me, right? Everyone's going to say yes to that, okay? So they say, oh, yeah, sure. If it's 100% free and I don't have to pay for anything, yes, I'll do it. Okay, perfect. Like I said, we're willing to fix your account for free and get you back to the 4. It's the same thing after that. Okay, so basically it's just a different intro. So if you look here, okay, perfect, like I said, and okay, perfect, like I said, right? The only difference is this top part. This is a little bit more wordy. It's a little bit weaker. Still use it. It works great. But this one's just a little bit stronger, right? So if you feel comfortable being a little bit more stronger and in your face, you can start with this one. Here's the bottom line. If you're willing to call 100 people every day or even 50 people every day, you are going to have a minimum of 10 free trials every single day, okay? From these, and we're in the quick start. We're not even in the in-depth phone training yet. We're in the quick start, okay? If you can just read the script, don't get off the paper, just read what is on the piece of paper. If you can just do that 150, even 25 or 30, 25 or 30 times a day to qualified prospects, then you're going to have a ton of trials coming in. If you can combine that with other things like emailing and working with your friends and everything else, it's going to really blow up for you. So learn it, practice it. The one thing that I have to tell you about this, 2 things I have to tell you about this is this. Number 1, do not get off the paper. 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 If somebody comes to you and says, oh, you're from New York. My son goes to college in New York. I don't care about your son's college. Okay? I'm not going to say that to them because they're going to hang up on me. But what I am going to say is, oh, yeah, that's awesome. I went to college a little bit too, and it wasn't really for me, but whatever. And by the way, we can fix it for you for free, and I'm going to get right back on the page. Okay, and we'll get more into that kind of stuff as we go through the weekly training. But for now, just understand your job is to stay on the piece of paper. Their job is to get you off the piece of paper. So make sure every time they try to pull you away, you just say, by the way, and get right back onto the piece of paper wherever you left off. That's number 1. Number 2, the way you say the words is more important than the words that you actually say. The way that you say the words is more important than the words you actually say. So if I'm here on this line where I say, if I'm willing to turn, like that line, if I say it like this, if I'm willing to turn that 4 to 5 star review over the next 30 days and I was willing to do it for free, you'd at least be willing to listen, right? I'm going to get hung up on every time. I sound like a Visa guy, right? Or a cable guy, whatever. If I was willing to turn that 4 to 5 star review over the next, if I was willing to turn that into a 4 to 5 star review over the next 30 days, and I was willing to do it completely for free, you'd at least be willing to listen, right? See the difference? You have to be able to say it the way it needs to be said, because the way that you say the words is much more important than actually the words that you're saying. But you want to read what's on the paper, all right? That's it for the telephone. Guys, listen, gear up for the phone because we're going to have a lot of it. And you guys are going to be coming on your microphones and you're going to be saying, Kenny, the secretary's saying this to me. How do I get over it? The business owner is saying that to me when I ask for, something on the page or whatever. And I'm going to teach you. We're going to get into what's called the battle mode. And I'm going to fight you. You're going to give me an objection and I'm going to rebut it. And you're going to object me and I'm going to rebut it. And you're going to reject me again. I'm going to rebut it. Over and over and over again, I'm going to pitch you, and then you're going to pitch me, and then I'm going to pitch you, and then you're going to pitch me. And we're going to be doing that a lot. So be ready to do that, okay? Because this is really important, not only for the telephone, but it's also important for in-person. It's important if you ever want to do anything on a video or on a webinar or any kind of sales at all. You have to know the psychology behind it, and I will teach you how to do that. Okay, so that's going to come up in the weekly training. But for right now, if you just read this piece of paper 50 to 100 times a day to qualified businesses, which is any business in the world, really, as long as you're talking to the owner of the company, if you can do that 50 to 100 times a day, you are going to be making more money than you ever thought possible within the next 30 days. That's a guarantee. Okay, it's a guarantee. All you have to do is read the paper. Even if you suck at it, just read the paper over and over and over again, 50 to 100 times a day, and you are going to fill your trials up like crazy. All right, that's it for this video. See you in the next one.